Well, I thought I'd try and put together this little electronics kit I've had for a while, which is a clock and temperature display to take my mind off of a few things. So I'm going to attempt to put this little kit together, which came from China ages ago. Ah, so I thought I'd stream it till I get fed up and mess it up. So whatever. There we go. Probably should have unpacked most of it first, but so be it. Let's make a right pig clear of it all. The only knife I had that, look at this, just that's pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. Oh, I know. This should not be better than a blade. All right, in the knives, this is like some sort of Chinesium packaging because it just doesn't cut at all. That is ridiculous. Get Big Clive in here. I'm just doing it to take my mind off of it. Not to mention, like my hands are not quite as Scottish as his, so I haven't got the body head to go with it either, and I don't do enough of the. Well, you see, if you get the diagram, it's really quite interesting. I don't do that. Anyway, so there's a board in here somewhere, no doubt. Thrilling stuff. I don't know why it won't focus properly. It used to. It's probably because this is being done via a browser. Oh well. Okay, so there's a little helpful document here that says it's really quite interesting. There is a diagram that doesn't. Right, let's have a look. I got to play Snap, have I? Oh, it's not too bad. Okay. You don't have to be here. I just pasted it in case you wanted to be bored. Or let's just tip it all out. I mean, bag. Right, what do we got in here then? Oh no. Resistor color codes. Oh my word, this takes me back. It's been a while. Bad boys reap our yellow grass beneath violet grey's window. One. Okay. Oh. So they're 10k. Oh, good fun. Yes. Bad boys reap our yellow grass beneath violet grey's window, which is quite. I don't know why I remember that. However, it's all very well remembering that, but attaching that to numbers is just. Nyeh. I should probably turn the. I should probably turn the most. I'm not moving the camera. Ooh, that's weird. Okay. And a faithful soldering station from Maplin Electronics, which sadly have gone bust here recently. So memories there, but I never liked this. This is just crap. I never use that anymore. I use good old ow in a thing. Right. I suppose I should probably make a mess of this then. I can smell that whoever last used the soldering iron did not clean it, because it smells wonderful. It smells of old lead, which is yum yum yum. Yes, Radio Shack. Oh, there's a name. And you can probably hear the murder in the background of the children, but it just seems to be normal. Oh, I did bring a pair of pliers. Chunky pliers. All right then. Should I do each one individually? And yeah, I'll do them all individually, because if I try and put them all on one by one, you know it'll go wrong. They'll all fall off. So what have we learned for this? That actually having nail clippers when you're trying to solder isn't any more helpful than a crap Stanley blade. Other brands of knives are available, but also that plastic was just weird. Tin. Oh, here comes the lead. This is where I really, really wished that my little set of helping hands. That is not. There we go. My set of helping hands still worked. Well, not a good start. Oh, there we go. That's better. Yeah, my little set of helping hands developed leprosy and no longer had any hands. So, you know, I had to lock it up in a care home forever. And that's just the way it goes. Oh. Okay, so what's the next one? Did I put it in the right place? Oh, you know, I made a right mess of that. Look at that. No, they were made out of Chinesium. So after moving them about 3 times, the hold on metal became soft, and they just went bleh. And then over time, I lost more and more hands. Actually, about 3 or 4 times use, and then it was limbless, and it was cruel to try and get it to try and hold things. I didn't want it to say any more. I didn't want it to protest because its mouth might fall off. Oh, and I've messed this component up. I really have. I didn't put it on deep enough, so. Well, nobody said I was good at this. I think the brand at the time was Silverline, which tends to be quite a cheap. Ow. Do you know what? That component can stand up. It's not going to hurt. Silverline, and they do a range of cheap things, some of which is actually all right, but selling me, you know, willing amputees for helping hands, however, is not quite so good. I really wish I had that right now. Well, there we go. How long? Oh no! And I noticed that I filled a hole with solder. Oh, oh, oh! It's just a manufacturing defect. Oh, great. So let's try and fix that. Are you bored yet? Don't think this is really suitable. I am terrible at this, by the way. Absolutely terrible. Why am I doing this? I don't even know. All right, I'll worry about that a bit more when I come to it. Right, okay, let's do all the resistors first, shall we? Preferably not as bad as I did that one. Bit too spaced up. It's fine. I don't know why I'm checking the diagram. All the resistors are, it would appear, the same. Yes. Oops. Aha. That's a bit more like it. Maybe this time. Maybe this time. That work? Yes. Actually, that doesn't help at all. Add some more lead. I really wish I had helping hands right now. Yeah, I need something to do that because it's just going to heat up my little mat. I know. Let's ruin a little diagram. Why not? That's better. Not brilliant. Won't focus. The funny thing is, this camera is actually really good at focusing. But there's no way for me to check the settings. I think it's just because this is being done in the browser. Anyway, you can see that it's lower. That's close enough. Right, apparently I've got another resistor here. Oh look, there's R3. That's helpful. Why didn't I? This was actually really cheap. It's not that fancy. This is a Mapton Electronics special. I think it's just a rebranded Chinese supply. I think you could, or probably knowing that, you probably still can get it under another name. I know a friend of mine has the same unit, exactly the same unit, with a different sticky label on it. That's the only difference. Oh, yeah, I've never used a butane one. I used something at school, but that was many, many, many years ago. Anyway, right. What we got now? I want to put something big on, so let's put the... Ooh. Is this a... Beep, 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 beep? I think it might be. Make sure we get the polarity correct. It's nice that that's marked on the board. That's very helpful. I like little kits like this. I think they're fantastic for people to learn. Let's use a really, really ornate way. No, that's not going to work. I know. Yoink. Oh, it's all gone a bit. No, that's too high. Helping hand. Ha! No. Oh, that might be able to use this because it's ramping. I can see why there's lots of sales of those little helping hands things now. Nope. I thought, oh, I'll trim all the legs of the components later. Yeah, with those cutters that I don't own, that should be fun. Wait a minute. I do believe that I have made a entertaining mistake because there are no copper traces in that at all. There's nothing to solder to. It's just holes in the board. So am I supposed to have bent those up? I think I was meant to. Let's double check just to be sure. Let's look at the wonderful diagram, which tells me nothing at all. So that's just totally overlooked that I put it in the wrong hole. Moving on. The circuit port has Lou on it. Where does it say Lou? Oh, this. No, this is it. This is a really nice little kit because this is actually part of the chassis. I presume this is a brand of some form of peelable. Is it peelable? Nope. You're all right. Could be the brand of it, and it's going to be on the inside. So yeah, and I totally didn't try and put the buzzer over a buttonhole where there's no contact. Oh well. There we go. I was too busy worrying about jacking the board up. Oh, helping hands, please. Right. Have I just done it again? No, I caught myself this time. Yep, I did. Right. And because I've tinned the damn leg, I'm struggling to get it through the socket. Nope, it's not going to be clean enough. Couldn't help but notice. Not sure if you'll see this, but and you know I see faces in everything. Ah, there you go. Looks more like a buzzer in the right place. Oh look, how novel! There's something to solder to this time. And of course, because I've got it round the right way, just to congratulate me, the nail clippers are doing a perfect job of holding the board in place this time. After all these years, I've just thought of what you call a headache that you get from inhaling the joy that is the lead from proper solder. It's not a headache, it's a lead ache. There you go. Right. What we got next? Now I'm presuming that that's connector's going to be for power. I'm not sure what you're referring to, Mr. Cheetah Wolf. To add the little DC jack. Can't help but notice that looks like the face has been filled and it's sticking its tongue out. Okay. No, I don't have a special tool for that. It's a very small amount of solder. That there is a fan onto my right, and the window is open as well, and it's a cool and actually quite blowy day here. So I'm not overly worried, and yeah. Also, out of habit, I hold my breath completely. Or at the very least, I take a very small amount of breath if I need to through my nose, which is very unlike me. Oh, that's better. I'm not great at soldering, and it shows. Come on. And how I'm trying to stop the board from just like shooting around. Oh, that's okay. Now we have a little DC jack for USB power, provided by this cable. Right, well next. Pick a component, nearly close my eyes, whatever this is. It's a piece of packaging. Of course it is. Well, I tell you what, this looks like fun. It proves it was legit. Right, what we got now? So where's this joyous little button? Ah, I'm going to guess that lovely little button. Stuff it up. Well, stick the. You're suggesting I stick the button under a resistor. Right, that makes sense. How does that function? Ah, the packaging. Gotcha. Right, so we've got two switches on the edge of the board. Whoop. Well, at least it should be. Oh, they actually clip in quite well. Ooh. That's quite cool. So I'm going to try and be a rebel. And so, there we go. Stabbed in the finger. Right. Hey, in fairness, I did deal with it timely. It was a piece of packaging, and it was the next thing to be dealt with. I just put it out of the way, so it was dealt with. Not even sure where that piece of packaging's from. All it says is remove seal after washing. No. No, it does. Wait, what? It does say that, but not sure where that's from. But let's just move on. There may be pauses to your questions. Replies, that is, to your questions, owing to the fact that I am ruining a board. Sure. That's better. Okay, that should be two switches. I tried to wash a circuit board recently, and it was the control for an aircon unit. Pretty much has killed it. So I won't be doing that again. Accident, ice block, wrong place, left. Not good. Now we have two switches. So what have we learned from the viewer? That washing boards of vintage computers may help, but don't do it with an aircon unit. Stupid. Me. Ooh, this looks shiny. Be the real-time clock battery, I would presume. Well, the holder for this thing. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I'm quite impressed about what it says on the Chinesium as well. Yeah, it does need a real-time clock. Yeah. This is the battery backup for it, obviously. Once my brain kicks in, so I know what I'm doing. Right, so the plus on these batteries is just that I'm pretty certain I'm right, but let's check anyway. Is everything all right? Unsettling pop, apparently. So the edge of the battery will yield the positive of, so yes, that makes sense. Oh, typical. So I'm trying to make sure I get this battery holder around the right way, and of course, like an idiot on the board, after I work it out, you can't see it, but there is a, no, you can't. Oh yes, you can. There's a rectangular bit attached to the circle, so I even know where that bit should go. Oh well. No one said I was brainy. And according to the instructions, I'm not soldering. Apparently, it's I'm welding. Yes, it says the welding installation considerations. Follow these steps. And if you heard that, that was me burning my finger slightly, but you've not done it right unless you come away with battle scars. I'm just going to add a bit more solder to the bottom of the board for the battery holder, just because I think it looks a bit naked. I have to admit, that actually went on. You might be able to see it well, but blurry, I know, but you can see it's actually formed quite well. Right, what we got next? Now, those are little capacitors, so let's do those last. Right, so we should... Where's that go? How many things have I totally ruined on this board so far? Going in little blind. Right, so let's turn that around. That's correct. That's correct. Oh my word, even that's correct. How novel. Right, so trying to find out where the little should go. Which I believe is a little thermistor. Can I see it on this diagram? Just a moment. Indeed, there are four smells: the smell of hot lead, the smell of burnt circuit board, the smell of cooked insulation, the smell of the flesh on your finger melting. Yes, the joy of the joyous burning bacon smell. Yeah, so that's that. We're sorry for the delay. I seem to be unable to locate a simple piece of text on this board. Oh. Oh, yep, it's easier than I thought. Silly me. I was looking for R4, but because it was right next to the first resistor, as in right next to it, mentally I thought, oh, I'll gloss over that bit. Stupid. I'm sure if I was using my brain a bit more, I could pre-bend the wires so that it made a lot more sense and wasn't so much of a cluster. But right, so that one's done. I'm not sure why I'm streaming this, to be honest with you. Probably so that you can laugh. Nope. I'm just curious if I handle these soldering iron, if it causes any interference with the mic. Probably not, but so somebody else is apparently watching, as I've only just worked out how to see on the screen who is well, not who, but how many people are watching. I fully expected 0. I mean, this is hardly stimulating content, is it? Right, sorry about that. That was just a pain to get it in the right line that I wanted. Still not completely happy with that. Ah, that's fine. Don't worry. Don't worry about it at all. I was just curious. Right, I should probably move these other wires out of the way because, yeah, it's getting to the point where I think a good shave of the ends is in order. Right. I don't have the skill really for this, and on top of that, I don't have the tools. Although that went really well. So now we have the little thermometer. It's bent. No, it's bent. No, my little thermos is bent. Careful. There we go. Now it's no longer bent. Right, okay. So now we've got... just soldered it with a slightly weird length. All fixed. This is a bit haphazard, but I'm good at that. Right, let's add some capacitors. It's quite amusing on the instructions as well. It has a parameters column, and most of the components state regardless of the polarity. So just whatever it is, it's regardless of the polarity. Oh, I won't linger on the capacitors. I have seen many of them go. Not by my hand. Right, so there should be 3 of these. There are. Where's the other one go? I'm going to watch this back at some point and probably cringe. I fitted 2 regardless of the polarity items, but I cannot find where the 3rd one goes. Is it hiding? Well, wherever it goes, it's regardless of the polarity. Oh, sounds like fun. C6, C7, where's C5? I'm sure this is one of these things that the older you get, the more you just can't see the obvious in front of you. Oh, 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 wait, is that it there? Oh, that's cheeky. So it's right above. Ah, oops, I knocked one out. That's not very friendly of it. Damn it. So I found out where it goes. However, it's one of the few components that has no text on the board to tell me. Oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. I've got to make sure I get which one's bigger. Nope, that isn't what I needed. Okay, what we'll do is we'll solder on these 2 little ones first. Gets those out of the way. Because if I try and move this board around too much, they'll just go walkies. Well, I wish you good luck with your exhaust system. Hope you don't get too much smoke in there. In your garage. Because that's not usually a good place for smoke to happen. So why, sir, do you have lots of smoke in your garage? Is there something that creates a lot of smoke, or is it just that you're very foolish? A little bit chunkier solder than I'd like, chunkier joints I like. It's true, you do like to destroy things, so make sure you get a. I think you're more likely to should have a smoke alarm in there that can call the fire brigade at any moment. Or perhaps you could have a system that lets you know that you're in the garage. Therefore, everybody should stand by, and you should pre-book an appointment with the fire brigade. I'm liking that idea. Right, now I've got to still find where that other magical capacitor goes. I may have to pick the piece of paper up. That's bound to help, right? Right. Okay, that's not the most helpful thing it could say. Having an automatic fan is good. Although fitting an aircon unit to a wooden shed, which was your previous thing, was maybe not the best idea, it must be said. Well, there's got to be one incredibly frustrating part with everything we do here, otherwise it wouldn't be fun, right? So, this diagram is actually particularly unhelpful. So, let's play snap. That looks okay. That looks okay. It's slightly worrying that it alludes to a capacitor that isn't there. Okay, so that's you. Okay. I think I might have worked it out. I think. So there is a. No, is that it? Okay, what we'll do to see if I can help work out what's going on is I'll open my little bag of mega chips. Nom 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 nom. And see if that gives me a clue of what's going on. Probably not. Okay, let's offer the big socket up, which won't go in because that lovely solder job I did earlier. So well, I'm right, so that doesn't fill all of them. Yes, it does. Right, okay. So let's offer the other socket up, maybe that'll give me some clues as to what's still available. Right, so there's only one place. So what is U3? U3 is real-time clock. Oh, is that what they've done? STC. Yeah. Okay. Right. Basically, from what I can read, they have printed on the board something that suggests that it's another component that should go in these tiny little. There's two little holes. You can't really see it, but you can work out there's two pads there underneath the chip socket. So there's another component. But on closer inspection of the joyous leaflet, regardless of the polarity for most of these, that other component is apparently the chip, the real-time clock chip, and that's not going to go in there. So the only other close component is this slightly larger, regardless of the polarity, capacitor. So I should probably fit it. Well, if it goes bang, it goes bang. It won't go bang. I'll just ram it in there. It'll be fine. It's like Dr. Pepper. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah, you guessed it. It's Dr. Pepper. That's pretty bad. Other leading drinks that taste a lot better are available, such as water, bleach. Masani does not condone the drinking of bleach. Okay. So that is the other little baby capacitor. So it's more of a toddler than a baby, that one, but that's in place now. So what else have we got? Now we've got a little light sensor. Oh. I saw that. I know it can. Maybe I've not got it set up on this computer. It's trying. Wonder what it doesn't like. But it's the light level. Either way, you can tell. Worry about that later. So that little so this little sensor is a resistor, as expected, and that will go in R5. Do actually recommend these little kits, although I admit that the slightly confusing labeling of that where that component goes is a little bit of a shame. I think that could throw people to the point where they just don't do it. They give up, and that would suck. Let's splay the legs. So hold it in. It would help if I splayed them ways that I can actually get at them. Okay. My solder joints always look too chunky. Always. I mean, I suppose then I guess I know they don't need work, but they don't look particularly nice. Just all of it. I don't know. I go through phases where, on occasion, I'll get a nice one. Okay, so that should have given us a light sensor. I has, but I'm going to try and straighten it up a little bit. Preferably without burning myself. That's better. Not like that. I just need to move back to do this one. Okay, little light sensor. Not going to try and make it. Where is it? There we go. Okay, right. So let's have a look. What else have we got, if anything? Well, apart from the chips, obviously. And the display, of course. Just going to inspect the board. So those three resistors fitted. Thermistor fitted. Light sensor fitted. Light touch button. There you go. They're not light touch, but it's two of those. Battery buck on. The weird capacitor. The two small little capacitors. The buzzer. DC power. Microcontroller. That's to come. Real-time clock. That's to come. Crystals. Crystals. Aha. Crystals. Crystals. Okay, crystals. That would make sense. Where does it go? Crystal. Oh, board's getting busy now. I wonder if this is going to be another one of those little components that just eludes my view for all of time. So let's refer to the joyous diagram, which helped me. Oh, look, a little bearing. Go away, lad. Right. Oh, text is so bad. I have to. I mean, you can always work it out if you want. I mean, oh joy, that looks amazing. Yes, indeed. The lead has got to my head. Oops. This is printed pretty badly. Oh, I think I know where it goes without looking anymore, actually. That leaflet was not particularly helpful. I think I saw it. Between these little baby capacitors. Oh, the little baby is these. Oh. It's been a while since I've said regardless of the polarity. Oh no, there we go. Wow, this is so leggy. Oh, because this is that weird. 10 minutes. Awkward. Oh, have I mentioned that helping hands would be nice right now? I think I might have done. No. Had this little kit knocking around since about 2 months before I moved home, and it's just sat and sat and sat. And I don't know, I just felt in the mood to have a go at it. So having a go at it, I could do with the solder practice. So in theory, other than display chip sockets and obviously the chips, that should be it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to nip the additional legs off things, additional leg thingies, with nail clippers, because I used to own lots of cutters. I had quite a few cutters when I moved up to the north of England, but just over the years I say that like I've lived up here many years, but 6 years or so, they've just disappeared into the ether, people using things and so on. Just the way it goes. I'm cutting the extra leg off, regardless of the polarity. Isn't this riveting? Top rated. I mean, fail army. Got nothing on this, right? I remember being young when I used to have a steady hand. Okay. I need a extra leg. Come on. And there is my current attempt to, let's go really, really close. Sometimes. And then come out a bit. See what I mean? My really horrible chunky joints. Oh well, I know they're pretty bad, and I also noticed a bit more leg to cut off. Okay, right, so I guess the next thing to do is get this damn socket in, which is going to be extra fun since I've already filled one of the holes with solder. But just for the heck of it, make sure. More indeed, chunky joints, more 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 capacity. Oh, that damn hole's it's going to be the one I filled's going to be a bit of a pain. Maybe I can. I've got this convenient bit of wire that won't melt. Ooh. Let's try a little bit of a workaround. Right. Heat wire up. Bend wire, fail. Try again. Push solder through. Find out, permanently attach wire to board. Yes, like that. Right. Hopefully that's cleared the hole. It has almost completely cleared it. I can see through it, just not as much. So hopefully the sharpness of these pins will help. And I really shouldn't have put that light sensor quite so tightly in, because now I'm going to struggle to get that in. Hooray! How well you learn by doing. Oh, you going to come through? Oh, no, you're going to break my socket, Joy. Okay. Okay, of course. There's just trying to put it over that hole. If you look, you can see that that bit has raised. So one of the, if you like, spring bits of the sockets come up. Not the end of the world, but so what we'll do is we'll push it down, and then we'll try and get that one, if you like, awkward pin to go through with a bit of heat, or in probably burning my fingers in the process. But that you know, that's oh, helping hands would be really helpful right now. Oh well. Does not quite want to play ball still, so I will remove it and have another look. And welcome to another edition of Electronics to Fail and Sleep By. So another go with the wire for the other side this time. I think that's where it went wrong. It's amazing just how ouch, no, Gonna have to use the pliers, which makes things harder. It's amazing how the tiniest amount of solder in the socket can cause so much trouble. I bet there are easy ways of doing this. And I bet most of it involves flux. I have another idea if I can't quite clear it. I'll just offer it up, and when I put it in, I have to heat it, but I'll have to grow additional arms to make that happen. I mean, that looks better. It does actually look quite a lot better. That's a bit of wire. Let's see if it's cleared enough for me to clean it out. Maybe. Right, let's see. If you don't have a hiccup, you're not doing it right. Oh, the joy of phone going off repeatedly. Why is this being a pain? Fine, we'll take that pin out completely then for now. Okay. Sorry about being a little quiet. I'm just trying to focus on this socket. I'm going to have to sit back for a second, I'm afraid, before I need the additional light to see what I'm doing. You're watching Pliers and Iron Live. We'll give you a messed up board back as soon as possible. Ugh. And frustratingly, some of the other pins in this socket thing have decided to twang out. So that does not help. Yes. Open the door. You have to open the door.
Do you want a tea?
Yes, please.
Okay. You got a cup?
No, I do not have a cup. I am making a right mess of this. Okay. Yeah, this chip socket is I've never had the pins just fall out of one before. That's new. Not that I've used many of them, but still, it's a bit weird that. What I might have to do is put the chip in the socket first. Keep the pins in place that way. Assuming I can get all the other bits to behave and go back in. Okay, right, so right, okay. I managed to get all the bits back at least from this silly little socket. It's not the happiest thing. So let's try and get this chip in. And let's see if that helps. Come on. That's a pain trying to get these to line up. Are you going to go in now? Oh, kind of. Not I, says one of the pins. There is quite the temptation to just hard solder this to the board because this socket's not, frankly, not that I'm a professional by any stretch, but I don't think it's very good. This is the one bit I thought would actually be really easy, genuinely. Oh well. Oh, one of the bits of the socket's come undone again. Great. Two of the bits of the socket have come out. Fiddly damn things. Okay.
Incoming tea.
Thanks. Cheers.
Are you solder racing again?
Yes.
What actually solderating.
The kit from over a year ago.
Oh, the clock. Oh, cool. Just let us know how easy they are.
Right. Hopefully they will hold together this time. Let's do this. Have to sit back again, I'm afraid. Oh, you're gonna be good. You're gonna. It's pretty hard to push this chip into the socket because, well, you're supposed to do it on the board. However, the socket's not very happy, so don't really have much of a choice. And it does not want to latch in. Ugh. Fiddly, fiddly, fiddly. Ugh. Sorry, you two, for this. This is quite frustrating, to say the least. Why don't you want to play ball with me today? Come on. Oh, oof, so close. So close to getting this thing back in the damn socket. Okay, hopefully it's enough that I can solder this now. But first I have to straighten all these pins, which should be fun. Then hopefully I can get back to business. I'm using half the socket on the wrong side of the board to line up the pins of the chip socket to make sure they're straight enough again, because after me manipulating it they're not very straight. And I would do this on camera, but I just cannot. It's not feasible. Not that close anyway. So if I offer those up, do they now fit? Yes. But the other side? Yes. Okay. So in theory, half of those pins should just go in this hole. Okay, it did straighten the pins, but didn't do them wide. Didn't do the width. Okay, so just a moment. Through some really unpleasant manipulation. I'm sorry about that being off camera so long, but I finally got the damn thing. Wish it would focus properly. I really do. Typical. As you can see, I finally managed to fix the pins, get it pushed in, and get my lovely chunky solder. Come on. Now I have to solder all of those. But through, oh, that was not easy at all. Oh, come on. There you go. Although I'm pleased so far that it's not completely wrecked. That was a pain. That was genuinely a real pain. Hopefully everything still functions. I like the idea with the kit, but I think some of the quality... I think there's quality issues. Not that I'm authorized to say, but I think the sockets aren't very good. That socket was really bad. That's taken so long just to get that damn thing to go in. Hopefully it'll be alright. I really do. Hope. Lead. Typical. After I've been doing a bit of soldering for a few times, it's starting to get a bit better at it. Just out of practice. They always look a bit chunky, but it's getting better. Just a bit concerned about that pin that I cleaned the hole out a few times. Just hope that everything's alright with that. So what we'll do is we'll deliberately make that one a bit chunkier. Just hope no damage to the actual board. If so, that's an adventure for another time. Trying to find out where that goes. But we'll worry about that if I need to. Right, let's put this second socket on, which luckily should be easy. It's all because I think it was me anyway. Got a little bit of solder in that little hole. Just let's have a look. I'm going to look at that other third hole. It just looks a bit. Well, we shall see what we shall see. Okay, and that is now just clean the soldering iron, get all the extra. Now, come on. That's the second socket now attached. Soldering's a bit better too. So we have a little chip here. Line it up the right way round would be good. Yeah. Squeeze the pins a bit because they're too wide. Sure that pins aren't in a weird place before I push. Right, the second chip's in. Socket's really bad. It does not allow you to push the chip each last bit of the way in, but oh well. This was very, very cheap when I got it. Second chips there, even in its blurriness. There we go. Right, okay, so now we have to have a display. I really do hope that. I am a bit concerned about that pin. Oh well, it is what it is. I'll put the battery in. Can I put the battery in late? No. I'm presuming that this goes on the back. But which way around does it go? Interesting. That could be fun. Which way? Oh, okay. Depends which way I want it to be. Let's cheat a little bit and look at this. Does this help me? Okay. It does imply which way to put it, but I think what we'll do is we'll cheat to make sure I don't totally screw it up permanently, that is. See what I can see if I can get it to do anything without soldering the display on. Just to see. Well, we know the beeper works. That's the start. Oh. So shall we read this? Do apologise for the delay. Okay. Okay, I have to guess the orientation of this because I'm an idiot. So hopefully I've got it okay. Although I need to cut down a bit of my chunky solder because otherwise the little screen won't go on. Well, I'll say screen readout won't go on smoothly. So, is anybody actually still here? Wouldn't be surprised if not. Testing. No. I do hope I got this bit right because it will be monumentally annoying if I have not. But I know it beeps when you turn it on. So that's something. Right, so that is the little display attached. Now, shall we see if it if I got it right or not. Let's do it. Oh, come on. It's probably... Oh, it's a bit of fun. Hours of fun. Brilliant. I already love it. Probably should give it the battery. Okay, that's pretty fun. Oh, cool. Okay, so let's see. Doubles as a phone as well. Okay, that's enough of that. The light sensor is obviously working, but you won't be able to tell, but it's pretty... Oh, you might be able to. It's pretty dull right now because it thinks there's plenty of light, but when there's not, it goes very bright. That's nice. I like that. Right. How does the rest of this work then? I was pretty sure it said something about temperature on it at one point, so... How... Oh, okay, so this is how you set the time. Damn it. Alexa, set the bedroom light to 20%.
Okay.
I guess that's an alarm. I don't want. Guess that's an alarm too. Okay. Ha! Cool. So does that just randomly flick between the time and the temperature? Or is it only when there's a change? I don't know. Let's find out. Yeah, cool. It's picking up my body temperature. Awesome. So it would appear I didn't completely toast it. So if I unplug it, it goes off. So is the battery thing working? Yes. Yes, it is. Right, Alexa, set the bedroom to 40%.
Okay.
Okay, so now to work out how to build the chassis. Are these bits peelable or is no? What's this wood? No, it's not. I don't know. Hmm. I'm pretty sure this is. I can't remember, but I'm Yeah, this is supposed to be clear. This sticky stuff's not. I'm pretty sure this comes off. Because how will the ambient light sensor work without it? With it being covered rather. It probably doesn't help. This has been sat in a box for over a year. Make it really hard to get this stuff off. Oh, who disconnected? I mean, really. Oh, the great peeling, eh? The great peeling. Alexa, set the bedroom to 50%.
Okay.
Do, do, do. I have to admit, whatever China uses for adhesives is insane. I mean, even when I opened this packet earlier, just trying to cut through their equivalent of a sticky tape bag was just a real pain. Okay, so we still that bit. And this bit. Oy. So basically, if you haven't got fingernails, you're going to have an even harder time trying to put one of these together. But then again, if you don't have fingernails, you've probably got a good workaround. Goodbye, branded sticky stuff. Kind of interested to see what this will look like at the end. Okay. Oh, I missed a little bit of sticky stuff there. And a little bit of sticky stuff on there. Okay, so. Sorry, little guy, I got to turn you off. Right. Okay, it's going to be an interesting little piece of assembly. Okay, where's the other end? Right. Oh. Ah, you've got to have some fun, haven't you? Alright, that looks weird. Alright, let's just go with it. Let's get it into like at least one continuous blob. Oh. Got to peel the green label off. Which once again, it's welded on. Oh, there's even a little protective sticky thing over the top of the LEDs, I think. Hopefully that's what it is. It is. Okay. I'm prepared to be amazed. I should really be using nuts and bolts, but I want to put it together in some fashion that I know how it goes before I do that. So at least I can see if I've done anything wrong. Okay, so that end of it's perfect. This end, there's something wrong here. Why aren't these lining up? Right, said Fred. Really? Okay, so it's being a bit picky because the buzzer is slightly offset to the case. Yeah. Hopefully there's enough play in it to get it in. Come on. Okay, perhaps putting the nuts and bolts in will give it enough of a oomph. Do I have the nuts on the front or the nuts on the back? If anyone's there, you can pick screw head or nuts. I think I'm going to have the screw heads on the front. I'll just offer them up for now. So why is that screw not wanting to go in? Sit back and check it out. bit of an awkward screw just to keep things interesting. Right, I shall have to grab a screwdriver, which I shall do. Just like that. It's way too big, but it's within arm's reach. Do those up when this is happy. Excuse me. Right, so I'll just double check I've got all this done. being picky now. Just to be awkward, that chip that I put in is still not completely pushed down, it seems. So, oh well. Get that a little bit more look now, and then we'll close it up for good. Whee. Right. Oof, okay. Well, it's not going in any tighter than that. So, other than me being picky, we're done. Well, finish putting the thing together would be helpful. Yeah. Actually. Why is that? Wait, why is that all grunged? Hmm. Oops. Oh, bit fiddly. Yeah, unfortunately, these are definitely made for a cost. The perspex is marked. Not like seriously. Not like anyone would really care. But hey, apart from a couple of weird issues with, well, the socket falling apart, which I thought was impressive, chip socket. And on top of that, a couple of weird issues when it comes to showing what component goes where. I mean, I worked it out, but still, if this is supposed to be like just a little bit of fun for someone who's trying to get used to things, Like I'm much better than that. I can see that causing trouble for people because there's no help in the booklet regarding how to sort that out or where it goes. There's no additional help online. But hey, it's like I think it was like $7-8 something like that. So I can't really complain. So right. So this is the. Come on, you can zoom. No zoom. This is the back of the little unit in the end. That's the little temperature sensor and the light sensor. Obviously display. It's where the DC power goes in, 5 volts to USB or whatever, I suppose. And then we've got the configuration buttons and the beepers there, which is not exactly quiet. If I ever set an alarm on this, it'll wake everyone up, surely. Okay, there we go. So, and the battery's fitted now, so Alexa, turn the bedroom off.
Okay.
And let's see how she goes. Great. Oh, I bet that looks amazing. Leave around the wrong way. For you guys, I'd imagine. Not fair to do. It looks really nice. Come on. Even if it is backwards, I'd like it if I could. Yeah, oh well. It should dim when I bring the lights up. It's picking up my body temperature again. Alexa, set the bedroom to 30%.
Okay.
Is that enough to make it dim? No. Alexa, set the bedroom to 60%.
Okay.
Apparently it's not that instant, but okay. Or am I being silly? I think I might be being silly. Alexa, turn the bedroom off. Alexa, bedroom off.
Okay.
Yeah, why did I expect that to happen? Yes, it turns itself down at night. That makes sense. Alexa, turn the bedroom on.
Okay.
There we have it. The little clock temperature sensor kit, which you can get from eBay, AliExpress, or whatnot. I should probably, for what it's worth, for anyone who does have the patience to skip through this damn thing, I should list it in the comments below. No, in the description even. Yeah, it's worth sitting down and having a play with this. I'm terrible at stuff, and I didn't completely break it. So, and not to mention, get it in green. It's such a nice green, even though I can't really show it on the camera. It's just. Ooh. Alexa, bedroom off.
Okay.
And if you're better than me, which you probably are, maybe, just maybe, it won't take you 2.5 hours of mucking around. Take care for now.